Today we're going to take a look at 10 more Xbox 360 games that are so close to perfect that I wouldn't change them even if I could. Had a lot of requests for a sequel in the last video that I did on this subject. Ask and you shall receive, my friends. Definitely go check out part 1 after this if you haven't seen it yet, but without further ado, let's get right into the list. Well, they say don't start the show with a showstopper, but we're coming out swinging with this one, boys. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is almost reason enough to get an Xbox 360 by itself. This is that classic Elder Scrolls formula, an RPG with hundreds of hours of entertainment possible. From the iconic quest lines to the meme-worthy glitches, and that super bloomed-out lighting is just the cherry on top. Obviously, the graphics and performance are a step down from the PC version, but for a 7th-gen RPG, this is great. You should definitely pick it up. Alien Isolation is next on today's list. It's a title that I feel like not a lot of people knew got an Xbox 360 release. It was super late in the console's life cycle. This is a survival horror classic that's very focused on atmosphere. The first of a few spooky boys on today's list, given the kind of pseudo-Halloween theme. If you're into spooky games and the Alien franchise at all, you should definitely pick this one up. It's got some of the best graphics on the console, and it's genuinely quite haunting. Let's spend a little time with the Caped Crusader here in our third entry. Batman Arkham City is the sequel to 2009's Arkham Asylum, also a super sick game, by the way. But Arkham City, I think, is just a little bit better to play. The gameplay feels streamlined, it's a bigger open world, more gadgets, just more to do in general. Although Arkham Asylum is a bit more streamlined, Arkham City, I think, is better overall. Both are fantastic and cheap, so you should probably just grab both. And you do not need to be an avid Batman fan to play these games. They sell themselves on the merit of their awesome gameplay alone. Alan Wake is a really unique one. It's a super interesting game from one of my favorite developers, Remedy. I did a review of this game recently if you want to check that out. It's a psychological action thriller where you follow a writer as the main character, and go figure, it literally is written to play as though you're almost following the story of a Stephen King novel. In fact, it wears it on its sleeve. There's a Stephen King quote right in the opening cinematic. If you want to lurk around in the darkness and kill baddies with a flashlight, you like creepy thrillers at all, don't miss this one. Let's stick to the horror theme here. Next game up is Dead Space. This is atmospheric horror done right. The complete lack of a heads-up display for maximum immersion is awesome. The tragic backstory, the bleak, hopeless atmosphere on the ship that you're stranded on, the super creepy monsters. This is one that horror fans have probably already played, but if you haven't, and even if you have, this is a great one to add to the collection for spooky season here. Alright, last spooky themed game on today's list, though it's not really a horror game. Left 4 Dead 2 is really just zombie chaos. That's the best way to describe it. Valve really struck gold with this franchise, and while it's best known for its awesome online multiplayer, the campaign is fully playable offline single player with AI companions, and it plays just fine. Just know that if you're used to slow-moving zombies and other franchises, you're going to want to buckle up for this one. Next up is Hitman Blood Money, one of my personal favorite games to play on Xbox consoles of all time, and I should have a review of this game up at about the same time this list drops, so check that review out as well. This is functionally just a Hitman simulator where every level is a puzzle to solve, but the puzzle has moving pieces, and when you figure out how to orchestrate those silent assassin kills amidst all the moving pieces and NPC interactions in each level, it is incredibly satisfying, and sometimes unintentionally hilarious due to the ragdoll physics and somewhat nonsensical AI NPC interactions. What? This game plays like a dream on Xbox 360, and owners of the console owe it to themselves to try this game out. Check out my review, man. It's really fun. Alright, Max Payne 3 is a tough one for me to talk about because I want to acknowledge how good of a game it is, but I'm also one of those people that doesn't really consider it a real Max Payne game. Max Payne 1 and 2 live rent-free in my head, they are near and dear to my heart. Max Payne 3, I think, is a fantastic third-person shooter, maybe one of the absolute best of the entire generation. It plays like a dream, and I love the Max Payne coat of paint on it, but it's set in a setting, and the story inconsistencies really do it a disservice for fans like me. That said, Rockstar made a killer game here, pun very much intended, and if you want a badass third-person action game, you really need to grab this one. Hey, we got another Valve game on today's list, Portal 2. It's a kind of a first-person, physics-based puzzle-solving game. I think Portal 1 is also available on Xbox 360 in something called the Orange Box Collection, but Portal 2 you can get standalone. If you haven't played these games before, they can be really tricky. You're going to use your brain here to solve various physics-based puzzles, but it is oh so satisfying once you get rolling and you get the basic idea. You should definitely pick this up. The Portal games are some of the greatest of all time. And last but certainly not least, for those racing fans out there, Forza Motorsport 4, the game that gets my vote for the best looking game on Xbox 360. It really is a visual feast, and the fast-paced, frenetic racing action feels smooth and satisfying. I was not into the Forza games growing up, but oh, am I so glad that I picked them up because they feel so good to play. The driving is smooth, but the sense of speed is intense, and Forza is a feast for the eyes the whole way through. If you're a fan of racing games, give Forza Motorsport 4 a try. And that's all I've got for you for today. That's 10 more games that I consider so good that I wouldn't change them even if I could, and I've got 10 more lined up if you want a part 3. 10 more that I think are about as close to perfect as you could possibly get. If you're interested in a part 3, definitely let me know. Throw that in a comment below and let me know what you think of my picks for today's list. And if you haven't yet, go check out part 1 of this video for 10 more near perfect games, and check out my Hitman Blood Money review that just dropped. I appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video, and thanks for stopping by.